Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I'm Dr. Muhammad Zubair and you are watching Research in Political Science. This channel is devoted for the study and research in political science, public administration and international relations. The primary audience for this channel comprises of students of political science of all levels, MS and PhD researchers, and number 3, CSS aspirants. CSS aspirants in general, as well as those aspirants who have taken political science as an optional subject, form the audience of this channel. That is why our first video on this channel will be aired on a topic of immense significance for CSS students, that is essay writing. CSS is one of a very attractive and lucrative and very popular option for the talented students in Pakistan. However, CSS is also highly difficult and most competitive exam in Pakistan. It's a test of the nerves, it's an attitude test, so it's very difficult for even talented students to compete for the said exam. Now, in the recent past, it has been observed that the passing percentage in the final result of CSS remains very low, and among the failures, almost 80% of the students get dropped in English essay paper. That is why we have decided to launch our first video on English essay paper. English essay paper is highly technical in nature. Of course, it's a writing, it's an expression test, but more than writing, expression or literature, it's the test of the writing technicalities. The technicalities are supposed to be evaluated by the examiners, and that is the reason that most of the students fall prey to the verbosing and things like this, and they remain unaware of the technical aspects of the English essay. I will request you to join this channel and watch this particular video till the very end. In this video, I will enlighten you, number 1, with the overall structure of English essay, and number 2, the guiding principles that you must follow. And if you are able to reflect these principles in your essay, I'm very confident that you are going to succeed, inshallah. In order to write a competitive essay, you must have a command over the English language. Then second thing is, you must have a reasonable amount of information, particularly on the topic that you are going to write. And number 3, it's practice. Practice, practice and focus. Focus and practice are the two things that help you in really achieving a competitive essay. Let's start our today's topic. If we look at English essay from technical perspective, firstly, we need to understand its structure. It's already in your knowledge that English essay consists of 3 parts: introduction, body of the essay, and conclusion. Now we will go into detail of each part, beginning with introduction. However, I will say, even before we start talking about introduction, what comes first? It's the topic selection. On which topic you are going to write your essay. In CSS exam, you are given a list of topics, themes or questions, and you are supposed to write on any one of the topic. Selecting a topic for essay writing is very technical. It's very important for you to decide which of the topic you are going to write about. You must keep at least 3 things in mind, I will say. 1, don't go for easy topics. In the list, every year you will find 1 or 2 highly, you can say, very easy topics. For example, economic problems of Pakistan. Things like this. So don't go for easy topics. It will put you into a huge competition, because almost all the aspirants have very well prepared these topics. So avoid such easy topics. What you need to focus is try to select a topic on which you can create something very unique. Uniqueness in terms of topic, uniqueness in terms of content that you are supposed to write. Uniqueness will help you in achieving low competition. Third principle is try to write on such topic on which there will be lowest possible competition. If you go for high competition, you may lose some of your grades. Therefore, try to select a topic which is unique and you expect that there will be low level of competition on that topic. Once you have decided the topic, now the next stage is that of brainstorming. At this stage, you begin with the topic that you have just selected for writing. Look at the title of the essay, or if it is a question, or if it is some sort of statement. Look at that. If you look at minutely, you will find that there are some concepts involved in it. Each title, each statement, each question carries some concepts. So your first task is to figure out what are the concepts involved in that topic that you are going to write about. Most of the students confuse themselves on concepts. What is a concept? Generally, they believe concept is some sort of idea. This is not the case. It's almost the opposite of the kind. Concept is the shortest representation of facts. It's not anything like idea. Your idea can be different. Your friends, your colleagues' ideas can be different on the same topic. However, when it comes to concept, concept remains the same. Concept is the shortest representation of some facts. So, figure out what are the concepts involved in the title of the essay that you are going to write about. Number 2, try to understand the title. There will be some embedded theme in it. Try to figure out what is the embedded theme in it. So, point out the concepts, figure out the embedded theme in it. In the last year exam of English essay paper, there was a topic, for example, digital democracy, social media, and political participation. Now, if you look at that topic, you need to understand what are the concepts in that title. Understand those concepts. That is digital democracy, social media, political participation. So, and there is an embedded theme in it. The embedded theme is that social media is enhancing political participation. Consequently, it is promoting democracy. So that is the embedded theme in it. Number 1, you need to understand what are the concepts and the theme embedded in the title. Number next, now brain out. What are the different points that you can write about on that particular theme? So note down your valid points. Number next is the most important point in this brainstorming stage, and that is looking at the theme, looking at the major valid points that you have with you. Now try to make a kind of position, try to make a claim, what is technically known as thesis statement. Try to make a claim, develop a thesis statement. So this is the most important thing. How can you do it? Well, let me give you an example again from the same topic. We saw the title says that social media is promoting political participation, hence it is promoting democracy. Looking at the valid points that you have with you, maybe it comes to mind that it is not the case. Social media is not promoting democracy, rather it is creating political instability. It is creating issues of ethical concerns. So it's all up to you. It's all up to the valid points that you have with you. So what you need to do is You must develop a thesis statement. In simple words, you must take a position, you must make a claim about the topic, about the concepts involved in the topic. And the last thing in the brainstorming stage is the development of outline. You have valid points with you, you have taken a position or a claim or developed a thesis statements. Now, keeping in view your statement or thesis statements, try to arrange your valid points in a way that substantiate your claim. That will help you eventually develop an outline. Simply, outline means what point you will write first and second and third and last. How will your logic be expressed in these points? The basic principle is use of logic, use of reasoning. So, logical reasoning helps you in developing an outline. One point is connected with another, and we will also talk about it in the body of the essay. So, once you have done this homework, a kind of homework, pre-writing stage, I may call it, then you move on to first section, that is introduction. An introduction consists of two sections. You begin your first section with the concepts that are available in the title. You introduce those concepts. Number two, you try to present some sort of definitions of those concepts. You may use scholarly definitions, you may use a dictionary definition, and you may even generate your own definition. So, introduce the concept, come up with the definition of those concepts. And number three, third point in the first section of the introduction is try to highlight what is the relationship between these concepts. In the world of research, these concepts are known as variables. So here you have introduced your variables or concepts, given some kind of definitions, and the third point in the first section of the introduction is relationship between these concepts. You should try to explain these relationships with the help of a theory. If you don't come up with a theory, if a scholarly theory does not come to mind, you can generate your own theory. A theory is nothing but set of assumptions. Make an assumption. So, your first section of the introduction will have these 3 points: concepts, introduction of the concepts, their definitions, and number 3, a description of associations among these concepts. Second section of the introduction. In the second section of the introduction, the first foremost thing is your thesis statement, your claim, your position. However, you don't come up straight away. Your second section should not start straight away with your thesis statements. Rather, before writing your thesis statement, you need to put some sort of background. What we call it, contextualize. Give some context, and in the context, place that thesis statement. Some background will help the reader in understanding your position, your claim. So the second section of the introduction begin with a context, begin with a background, and background is followed by your thesis statement. Third, how will you prove your thesis statement? How will you substantiate your argument, your position, your claim? The claim you have made needs to be substantiated, needs to be proved. That is technically known as method. What method you are going to apply in the body of the essay, that will show that your claim has been substantiated. Your claim has been proven true. So the last section of the introductory part is the method. How will you show, how will you prove that you have substantiated, you have validated or substantiated your thesis statements? In the methodology, we use argumentation, we use logical reasoning, and for the sake of presentation, sometimes you also have certain data. A kind of surveys come to mind, a kind of report comes to mind, and then you refer to those reports, those data. In the last section under method, to substantiate our argument or thesis statement, we can also tell that how we have written or how we have organized the body of the essay. There are, for example, there are 3 sections in the body of the essay. Section 1 is on blah blah, section 2 is on another thing, section 3 is on another thing. Altogether, what is it? You are telling the reader how you have organized your body of the essay, and your organization should reflect some sort of evidence in support of the thesis argument that you have developed. Let's move to body of the essay.